Hey guys, today I'm going to do something different. Instead of me sitting in my kayak, pedaling around the lake, catching awesome fish, I figured I would take a few minutes to share a little bit about the type of tackle bag I've been using, and then some of the things that I've experienced and some of the things that I like, some of the things I don't like, and that's prompted me to make some decisions most recently with another type of tackle bag. I used to have a bag from Cabela's that was starting to unravel, have issues with the zipper and all that, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I ended up purchasing this Piscifun backpack tackle bag off of Amazon. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time reviewing this bag, really, more just to show you the basics of what I keep in my tackle bag, and then some of the things I like and don't like, and what prompted me to make a decision to stop using this bag. So this is a backpack, as I mentioned. I've kind of enjoyed the backpack versus a regular bag because I can obviously wear it, and I've actually taken it on a bicycle ride. I've attached a couple rods to this, put this on my back, and pedaled on my bike over to a lake and went fishing. That was kind of cool. So that's definitely a positive when it comes to having a backpack versus a regular kind of carry type bag. Or really a hard shell type case. So that is something I do like about this bag. One of the other things I liked about it is that it had similar boxes to the bag that I had previously. So let me go ahead and open this up. And so the boxes are loaded in the front, as you see here, and it holds 4 boxes. This box here is actually one of the boxes that I had in my previous bag. It's almost 11 inches by 7 inches by about 2 inches. And this just happened to be the box that was in that Cabela's bag. That bag held 5 boxes. So right off the bat, this holds 4 boxes, but at least I was able to use the boxes that were in that original bag. So that's kind of good. But the thing I didn't like too much about this particular box that came with this bag, because it did come with 4 boxes, so I figured why not. The problem with the boxes, they are segmented and partitioned in a really odd way. As you can kind of see here, there are these individual lanes, if you will, and I've got my lures kind of sitting in the individual lanes. The cool thing is, about that is that you can then flip it over and then have also additional individual lanes that stagger those. I'm not going to open it because I'm still holding this side shut. So basically, if you look at it from the side, you can kind of see that I can put quite a few lures in here. The problem is that all the lures you put in kind of have to be skinny, and Whopper Plopper 110 ain't going to cut it. I think a Whopper Plopper 90 maybe, but things that are really kind of chunky, that don't kind of lay nice and kind of in line, just aren't gonna work well. What's gonna work well are things like rattle traps and crankbaits, things that I can kind of put easily in here. I've got some soft-bodied swim baits. This storm bait here fits nicely. So I'm kind of sharing some of the positives, some of the negatives at the same time, just as I kind of share my experience with this. The problem is that I couldn't fit things like spinnerbaits. So if I was to grab some of the lures that are in that original box, it's more of a standard tackle box where you can segment it and partition it and put larger baits in it. So here's an example of a crankbait. This will not fit in that tackle tray. It just can't fit in and stay low enough to close, and that is one of the things that has prompted me to kind of look elsewhere for a solution. I do like other things about this bag. It does hold some things. It's got some strapping on the sides of the bag. As you can kind of see on both sides here. I've got my pliers right here on this one side. The plier fits really nice in there, like you see. The problem is that you can't, the zipper, it kind of bumps into the pliers. So really, you have to remove the pliers in order to then easily access this zipper. So I'll go ahead and open this zipper up, and you'll see in the top that 5th box. I decided to put box number 5 up there. And so you know, it gives me the 5-box storage as my previous tackle bag did. But, you know, come to find out is that Cabela's bag that I did have actually had more room in it for other things when I had all these boxes in the bag. So, you know, the things that I do carry, you know, things like a digital scale. Something else I carry is a pair of gloves. These are kind of, I guess, cottony type gloves with a rubber kind of grippy kind of palm on them. I do this because there's sometimes that you really have to protect your hand if you're, let's say you get a lure caught underwater and you got 50-pound braid on it. You're not going to be pulling that braid with your bare hand. If you put on a pair of gloves like this and then wrap that 50-pound braid around the glove as you're kind of gently pulling, it's not going to hurt you. And that 50-pound or any braid will slice through you pretty easily. The other thing I really like to carry are these cutters right here. Man, they're a little bit hard to open because they've gotten a little wet, so not in the best condition, but you can kind of see these cutters right here. These are imperative to have in your tackle bag. And the reason is, and you see people posting videos of having a hook caught in their skin, and oftentimes it's embedded enough for that barb to be exposed. Well, you definitely do not want to send that barb back through your flesh. That's where these come into play. You can easily snip that end of that barb off and just remove the hook from your hand. So I recommend everybody keep a cheap pair of these cutters in your tackle bag. The other things are things like sunblock, Real Magic spray, a little bit of Real Snot. So, you know, you can see that I'm starting to kind of accumulate some things that I'm carrying in this bag. Other cool things about this bag, it has a hard top on it where you can put your sunglasses, and they kind of nest in there pretty well. Those are some positives here that I like about it. And of course, you know, there's some other things as you see here there's little pouches on the side. I've kept some plastics. It's jam-packed though. I mean, it is just jammed with stuff. There is like no room for anything else in this side. You can see it kind of bulging out a little bit. And then the same on this side as well. Same, you know, seems like a pretty deep pocket here, but you know, it's pretty full as it is. I've got a little GoPro chest strap here, some fishing line, and there's really no more room for anything else in there. And then lastly, in terms of some storages, there's a little pocket up top here. If you've got a walkie-talkie or something small that you can kind of fit in there, it's perfect for something like that. I've got another spool of line in there. And then the last little pouch here that we'll look at is, you know, this is kind of cool. It opens up. I've got a couple plastics in it, and it's kind of a little bit of a tray, so you can kind of use it like a little work surface, if you will. So that's kind of gives you a little rundown of this. This tackle backpack may be perfect for you. I'm surely not trying to say don't get it. I'm just kind of trying to show you some of the positives and what I found to be some of the negatives of using this bag. And I think one of the biggest things that I think have frustrated me is tackle boxes themselves being, you know, it kind of looks like it's well organized and everything like you see here, but you know, you pretty much can only put skinny, narrow, not large diameter lures in it. And things like terminal tackle, like hooks, you know, you could see I've put some hooks in there, but, you know, without little segmented pockets that are adjustable, it's not conducive unless you happen to be a fisherman where all you have is things like swim baits, jerk baits, crank baits, things that are oriented like that. But once you deviate from that, you're pretty much out of luck. A couple other little things maybe I'll share with you that I carry. Reel oil I carry. I've got small screwdrivers, things that, you know, if I need to make a tweak to my to my reel, I'm able to do that. The other thing, and I've covered this in a past video, that I think, other than having these cutters that everybody should have in their tackle box or tackle bag, is a small little like jeweler's awl. And I've got a protective tip on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Perhaps I'll try to cover it. So it is a sharp, but not too sharp, not sharp enough like a needle sharp, but it comes to a point. It's not a screwdriver, it's an awl. And the cool thing about this that I've used, I don't know how many times I've used it a lot, is if you get a bird's nest in your bait casting reel, primarily your bait casting reel, if you get a bird's nest in it, this thing works wonders. You can pick and you can get knots out, or even if you get a knot mid-line, you're kind of quick to take that line and pull it, hoping that the knot just comes out, and oftentimes it just becomes a little knot. And my OCD does not like every time that little knot passes through the eyes of a fishing rod and you kind of feel it and you hear it, and eventually, it's going to fail. So this awl is perfect to get those little knots out before they become tight, or to get into that bait casting reel and get that bird's nest out where your fingernails or your fingertips can't get in and work it out. Get one of these. I'm telling you, they're awesome. The other thing I carry is this guy, fish grippers here. Where am I gonna put it? I've tried to put it up in this top pocket. I'll also bring my GoPro batteries and a few of my GoPro accessories. I'll try to put that. You saw one of the chest straps in the side pocket. I'll put like batteries and stuff in the top. And I've just run out of room. I mean, it is just jammed, run out of room, and just so full, it's not easy to get in and out of and to have easy access to things. So it's become a little frustrating, and I was hoping to get something to replace this Cabela's bag that I would just be thrilled with. And while I do like aspects of this, I'm not thrilled with it. So that's prompted me to look at other options. And there are other options. There's not a lot of other options bigger. There's options smaller. But one of the things that I like to do with my tackle bag, it will go directly behind my seat in my kayak. So if I'm sitting in my kayak, I can easily just kind of turn around and then reach that tackle bag and access something. But right behind that is a black pack where I carry 5 tackle boxes that are filled with things that I use primarily when I go kayak fishing, because I didn't want to rely solely on a separate bag in my kayak, because I oftentimes bank fish, and I did not want to have to unload and have to deal with that black pack and taking everything out when I can have like a backpack like this to go bank fishing, but also have it in my kayak if I need it. But then my black pack is there to kind of supplement and add some things that I just can't fit in this. So that black pack actually can fit a completely different size tackle box. Let me show you that. I've got one. So this is the tackle box out of that. This is a Plano tackle box, 3740 tackle box right here. You can already see comparison-wise the difference. It's pretty significant difference. Difference in the width, difference in the length, not a whole lot of difference in the thickness of it. The size of this is about 14 by 9 by 2, where this is about 11 by 7 by 2. So that's the difference. And this is also segmented as well, and I can have much longer baits. So this is what is in my black pack on my kayak. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out in terms of the size of the tray. So let me go ahead and maybe stop talking about this particular one and move on to what I hope to be a really good replacement. So I did some more research, and I found that Flambeau just released a tackle backpack, I believe this year, and they call it a Heritage 5007 tackle backpack. And it's kind of a throwback. It doesn't look all kind of fancy and stylish, for lack of a better word. It kind of is a little bit of a throwback to the old school look. But the cool thing about it is that it holds 6 tackle boxes, 6 of them this size. And so that piqued my interest. And this time of year, you can get some pretty good deals online. So I pulled the trigger and I bought this thing. I haven't even taken it out of this box. This tackle backpack here is sitting on the box of this Flambeau 5007. They call it the Heritage. And so let's see what it looks like together, because really I haven't, other than looking online at some pictures, there's very little about this backpack anywhere. So I'm hoping that this video that I'm putting on YouTube will give others that are interested in having some larger storage capacity or have experienced similar things as I have with running into some cons for backpacks that are similar to this. So hopefully that will help someone out there looking for something similar. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna move this aside. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and see what it looks like. All right. Wow. All right. Go ahead and close this guy back up. I'll use this as my little platform again. All right, here it is. Here is the Heritage 5007. Let's go ahead and do just a real quick side-by-side comparison. Let's see if make a quick little camera tweak. All right, so not a huge difference in height. In width, let's see, I'm thinking the Flambeau has definitely got a width increase. So you can see the width of this versus the width of that. So this is definitely a much narrower backpack, but the height is pretty similar. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is the first time I've seen it in person here. Some of the things I noticed, there's really not zippers to secure the primary cavity of the backpack. So it uses these little hooks, if you will, and you can kind of see the hooks kind of engage in loops in order to secure that top down. That's a definite difference. The other thing is I didn't expect these to be shipped out, but these little rotating bags are pretty awesome, actually. They don't stay outside of the bag. They actually go inside of the bag, as you can see right here. I'm sure when they're full, they'll be kind of sticking up kind of flat like this. So, but the cool thing is that they rotate out. And as I'm thinking about how I fish with this and wanting to have this in my kayak, this sitting behind my seat, having these bags sitting there is going to be awesome, because I simply reach around, unzip these little saddle bags on the side and can access things so much easier. The other thing about this bag, so you can kind of see some storage right here in the front and a little kind of compartment in the back to secure things. So that's there. This larger front one. Other thing I really like about this is the pulls. You can put your finger inside the pull and access it or pull it open that way. You've got also a similar thing where you got the flap and then a couple little pockets in there. So that's that front. Assume you could probably put plastics and things like that. Just opening the top here. This is just an open cavity here. So of this width and depth. So there's nothing in there other than just an open cavity, which is kind of cool. So that actually may be great for plastics right there. Spinning this guy around, looking at the side, more side pocket access. Really nice. Seems like very, very durable nylon material. So I'm pretty impressed with the feel of this so far. Of course, I've got zero experience with it, but just the overall build feel seems really good. So yeah, another deep pocket here and also a pocket on the outside of that. Really some decent storage. If I was to flip this around just to look at the straps, has some nice padding in the back here. Really good padding, and has some loops as well. So if you want to put a knife or something, flashlight. I mean, I carry a flashlight with me. You could put a flashlight, put a pocket knife, and also has kind of that chest strap. So when you have the arm straps on, you can kind of secure it in the middle with this little strap right here. Kind of keeps it secure, prevents the shoulder straps from rolling off. So So that's really good. So flipping around to that last side right here, similar to that opposite side, you've got this pocket, but instead of having another mesh pocket on the outside, they've got this little thing here, and that's, I have to see if, I don't think my pliers would fit there. Perhaps something like this would fit there. So you could put your little wire cutter like I mentioned. You could put that there, flashlight, just about anything small-ish. I would like to have seen, that would have been great if this was a little wider to accommodate something a little wider, but oh well. So similar size pocket here as well. Oh, also they have a little bit of added security where you can loop on the side here and secure that top down. So if this isn't closed in the front, you know, it's closed on the side as a kind of a little backup. So that's nice as well. I like the feel of this. It's really nice. So this comes with 3 of those tackle boxes in it. They kind of put a little spacer in there, of course, because they're only giving you 3, right? I guess some folks already have tackle boxes that they're switching out of. So it is what it is. These are not that expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these open. Another use for these cutters here. It's not as easy to cut as I thought. All right. Okay. One spilled out. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. All right. So here are the tackle boxes. It's kind of nice, has a handle in it, and 6 of them fit in this cavernous body here. So you can kind of see how they fit down in there, and then this swings around and then will sit on top without any issue in terms of sticking up. So that's actually really cool. And 6 of them, that's a lot of tackle. So let's see how these compare in size. They should be pretty darn close. So yeah, they are pretty much on the money. So that's awesome. So I'll be able to throw those in there. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me just show you what that looks like. You get the idea, right? So it fits in there nicely. So you could fit another couple in there without issue at all. If I so choose, I could put a couple of the smaller ones in there as well. If you take, you know, one of these out, you could probably put 2 of these. Let's see. You could lay a smaller tackle box like this, kind of this way, and then put another one right on top if you wanted to. So it does provide that flexibility I was hoping for. I've got, like I said, 0 runtime on this, but what I like about it is that I can use the larger tackle boxes. I believe that with these little saddlebags, in addition to the pockets that we just went through, that I'll have more room than that smaller bag. But we'll see how I like it. Well, I think that covers it, guys. Comparing this smaller backpack with the Flambeau Heritage 5007. We'll see how I like it. I will keep you posted as I use it. You know, it's starting to get cold outside. I don't know if I'm gonna be heading out in my kayak anymore. Maybe another trip perhaps, but water temperatures are really cold. They're in the mid to upper 40s right now to low 50s by midday. That's not gonna stay that warm for a while. And I do not have a wetsuit. I don't have a dry suit. So I'm not sure how quickly this is going to end up in my kayak, but I will say that it is going to end up with me on the bank somewhere. That I can tell you. So I will keep you posted. You'll see it in my videos. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. I'd love to hear your questions. Let me know in the comments. Have you used a tackle backpack before? What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what size tackle boxes you end up using in them. The cool thing about this channel is that I have an opportunity to engage with folks that have similar interests. We can share information. We can tell you things we like, don't like. It's been really cool to connect with other local people in my area. We kind of have a really nice fishing community, and oftentimes we'll link up and go fishing together. So I really enjoy making these videos. I appreciate it. If this is the first time you've actually seen a video, maybe you were doing a search for tackle backpacks and you stumbled upon this video, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification. You'll be notified when more videos come out. Leave a comment and a like. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So until next time, Fishtails RVA out.